So now let's move on to the proper placement of the hand on the piano, which means the proper placement on the arm. And that also means that you have to see how high or low you want to sit at the piano. I know there are personal preferences for this. Of course, there will always be, but there are some rules of thumb for how you simply should be comfortable at the piano and how the body will work the best, simply. And I will show you. I always start if a student sits in a strange way, I try to start by having that student stand up. Also, if the hand position is strange, which is very often happens, so I ask them to stand up. I ask them to just have the arm relaxed and hanging. Maybe, roll your shoulders again. And how is the hand looking right now? It is looking, you see the shape of it. It's shaped kind of like a half circle. A long half circle like this. And that's how most hands will be. They will not be like this, hopefully, or like that, or like this, or whatever. If you are relaxed, this is how it would be. Now, you sit down like this, and you just keep that same position and put it on the piano on an E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and C. That is the best and most comfortable position for the hand. Now, about the wrist, I'm going to stand up again and show you, because one of the major problems is that people play like this. They have for some reason they have weak fingers. Actually, this is the small things that doesn't work, so they compensate by kind of having high, by having high, not this high maybe, even if I have seen it. So they have high wrists and help push down the keys with that. It's not a good way to play piano. Now, if you look at my position again here, the wrist is below, if I go up like this, or is on the side of the knuckles. They are not like this, so that the knuckles and the wrist is at the same level. It's sort of below the knuckle, right? And that's how it should be. I'm going to show you now with the left hand, then you can see it more easily. So you see here, knuckle, you have this circle here, and then you have the wrist below the knuckle. Okay, so this is a good way. And again, this is a good position. Not this. I don't know why. Well, I guess I know why, because C major is supposedly the easiest key to grasp for kids or adult beginners, but it is not a convenient key for the hand. It's not such an easy key to play in. I would wish that the first key anybody played in would be B major. This is much easier. Oops. That is much easier and much more natural for the hand, because you play with the thumb on white, and the other fingers, the other four fingers, play all except for the last one, which is on the fifth on the B. They play on black. So very natural way to move the fingers. So you don't have this kind of crisp tightness in the hand when you try to do that. So that is a good placement of the hand to me. It's really a sound way to do it. As regards to the height you are sitting on, it depends on so many things. It depends on how long your torso is, how long your arms are in relation to each other. And basically, as a general rule, this can be adjusted a little bit and a personal preference a bit, I think. But as a general rule, the elbow and the wrist should be about the same. I prefer just like this, that the elbow is slightly higher. I think it is. I think it is, yes. That's my preference, and it can probably be also a little bit lower. That's fine, but around there. No crazy angle on this part. And the final thing here, as far as I can remember at least, is, and this is one big reason why C major is not a good key to start in. What very often happens is that they play a C major triad, and this happens. You see what happens is that the knuckles goes straight down like this, because you play this with a flat finger, because this doesn't come so natural. If you have this position instead, you play these five notes. This doesn't happen. You see my knuckles now? They are perfect. And you see my elbow does not go in like this either. Because that is also one of the, I see it all the time. People play like this. They have their knuckles downwards like this. The wrist is also downwards like this, and it makes the elbows go into the body. So they play like this. It's not a good way to play. You have to be like this, okay? That is already quite a lot to think about in regards to arm position. But begin by standing up maybe, or you can sit down and just have your arm hanging and then put it up. Don't change, and put it on these 5 keys. E, the 3 black keys, and C. And make sure that this circle is here and here. The half circle. And then you are not falling inwards with the elbow. And you are also relaxed in the shoulders. And you feel it, the strength of playing a chord, strength or support, I could say, even from these muscles in the back. I would even sit, I know it sounds ugly, it's not a harmonious chord, but it's very harmonious for the body. Just to get used to the position of everything. Shoulders, hands, arms, it's a better way, I think, to start playing the piano than to go like. I know that the Bach is phenomenal in a way, but it's maybe not the best it was very different back then to play keyboard. It did not require any force to make, you know, you could kind of, they are so light, these keys, you didn't need arm force at all. So it was not taught, it was not a way to play. If you played a chord like you can do today, which I'm going to show later, that you actually use your arm, the weight of your arm to practice like this, the chords would just break. They would just break on Bach's keyboard. So it's very different now. We can't really apply the same methods of playing piano if you are playing on a grand piano. So that's the next step would be, in the next video, we will talk about how to move those fingers.